Hi everybody, welcome to Are We There Yet? My name is Cheryl. I have a special video to share with you today because someone in one of my recent videos, I had said I'm enamored with this Temu boho look dishes, and I've gotten several pieces and I love the look of them. I absolutely want to increase my collection. But a lady named Trish commented on my videos, and one of my videos, and she said that I might want to get a lead test kit to test to see if the paint on these items contain lead. It never occurred to me to check that because I know the U.S. has strict standards as far as using paint that's lead based. It's against the law, and especially for food, items that you're planning to eat off of. So it never occurred to me that other countries wouldn't have that same quality standard because, it just makes sense. It never occurred to me until she said that. So my husband went to Lowe's, and he never found these. He had to get someone to help him, and the person said that they typically they're not reordering these, and they're not planning to carry them, but they did have one more set. This is a do-it-yourself lead test kit. There were 10 tests in here, and what it is swabs, and you just swab the paint area that you want to test, and if it turns colors, it detects lead. So I was very adamant about this because this is my fish plate that we've been using in the camper for months. I love this thing. We use this thing all the time. And it kind of concerned me until he got this kit. I was like, I'm not going to use that anymore. Also, these bowls came from Temu, and I love them. I absolutely love them. I use these all the time. They're just beautiful. I got a set of 4. Now, if these items do not contain lead, I will link them below. But this was a set of 4 of these bowls, and I absolutely love them. I think they're wonderful. But I've been using these, and I've been using this fish plate. Now, the rest of it I've not used. So when he brought the test kits home, we tested this and we tested these bowls, and they are lead free. There's no lead in these. Now, I did read that if it's coated with a glaze that you're safe. I still won't use these in the microwave. I don't want any leaching, if there is lead in that paint, but there is a good glaze on these dishes, you can see. So that did make me feel better. I did test this that we've been using and the bowls that we've been using, and there's no indication that there is lead anywhere on these. So let me get the rest of this ready and I'll be right back. Now, this fish plate is the same as that one. It's got a different pattern on it. There is a shiny glaze on it, and since I tested that one, I feel pretty safe with this one. So I'm not going to test this one. I'm just going to assume that that's okay. I may test it later. Now, these 2 mugs I recently hauled. I love them. I've got the yellow one and the orange one. So we're going to test these. I also recently hauled this bowl that I love, 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 love. I'm really hopeful that there is a good glaze on this bowl too. And I also haven't hauled these yet. I wanted to show you these. These little plates have this little condiment cup in them. And I adore these because they're good for French fries. They're good for, like, if you have a veggie dip and you want put some celery and carrots, or fruit dip. You can put a fruit dip in there and put fruit on them. I love these. These are so awesome. So I just recently got these from Temu. There's a good glaze on these as well. Then at the end, when I was researching all of this, I read somewhere, and I'll find it again and cite the source, but that Corel suggests that anything that they have anything that they made prior to 2005 should be used for decorative purposes only. I read that. That is scary. That is scary. This was my grandmother's plate well before 2005, so the last thing I'm going to test is this to see. And I'm hoping beyond hope that this does not test positive for lead. So we'll get right to this. Okay, I'm going to test these first. It says use a water source that you know is lead-free, which we use this water. It's great value drinking water. We used this water to test the other pieces and there was no lead in it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that in a shot glass. And the kit comes with just a bag of the swabs. Now the directions say to take a swab. They're already orange, like an orange yellowy color, and dip it halfway into the water for half a second, then wait 30 seconds, and then swab for 30 seconds. And if it turns pink, then lead is present. So that's how the kits work. So I'm going to do that. Okay, and it says you have to wait 30 seconds for the whatever's on the swab to activate. Alright, it's been 30 seconds, so let's keep our fingers crossed that this does not test positive for lead. It says to pick an area and just swab it for 30 seconds. Alright, that one's done and there is no lead. Thank goodness, thank goodness, thank goodness. No lead. Alright, now let's move on. Now this is the same thing. It's got the same glaze on it, so I'm going to assume these are both good. At some point I may test those two, but I don't want to run out of kits before I test everything that I want to test. We're going to test this bowl next. And let's get a swab. And half a second. I'm going to wait 30 seconds. I don't know how these have cat hair on them when they just literally came out of the package. How does that even happen? Stuff goes everywhere. Alright, it's been 30 seconds. Let's test this one. Now you have to wash your dishes after you do this. I don't know what's on the swab, but it does leave a residue on your dishes. Alright, no lead detected there. Clean as a whistle. Yay. I'm happy. I don't like to waste money. Alright, next let's try these. These are my new purchases, my newest purchases, so let's try these. Then we'll try the Corelle. Alright, here we go. Let's try this one. Alright, lead free. I wonder if I can just use this one here, and if there's lead on it, if it'll, you know, no lead, no pink. Alright. Moment of truth. I'm really anxious to see what happens here. Now, like I said, this was my grandmother's Corelle. I think this is the only piece I have left. The rest have been shattered a long time ago. So we're going to see. Alright, let's try this. Oh goodness, here we go. Goodness, goodness, goodness. No lead on there. The last thing I wanted to show you is I wanted to make sure that these swabs work. So I took this to the bathroom to our plumbing, and one of the fittings I tested on and it reacted immediately. See the pink? So there is lead in that one fixture. So they do work. I am so pleased. This was $14 for 10 tests at Lowe's. I would highly suggest that if you're planning to invest in these dishes or invest in anything that's hand painted like that, that you get one of these kits just to have in your home to test what you're eating off of, because you know, it's kind of a scary thing. And any further dishes that I get from Temu, I will be testing them before I eat from them, and I think you know, it just gives me a peace of mind. So in my opinion, everything that I've gotten, like I said, turned negative for lead, so I am perfectly comfortable with buying these dishes and more from Temu. So I hope you learned something today. Please, you know, do your due diligence and take care of yourself and your family. And until I see you again, happy shopping.